Hi, we're Leverage. We're an on-demand team that can do any task or project for any person or business anywhere. My name is Ari Meisel, and 9 years ago I created a new system of productivity. I've spoken to thousands of people across the world, including on the TED stage. My partner Nick was a former high-frequency algorithmic trader and a data science expert. We have 3 best-selling books on productivity. The latest one is called Idea to Execution, and just today it was put on Forbes' list of top 10 books for entrepreneurs for 2017. And between us, we've consulted to billion-dollar companies and government organizations alike. So the problem is time equals money. And hiring and managing a quality team is really difficult for most people in most companies. We do things a little bit differently. So we provide an entire team. We ensure the quality that that team delivers and guarantee it if there's ever any problems. We pride ourselves on being a one-stop shop that really can do anything, as long as it's legal. So you don't have to go to different sources. You don't have to project manage different people with different talents. We do everything start to finish. We also provide the personalization of a dedicated team member with the bandwidth and variety of skill sets that an entire team would give you. And what do we do? Anything from scheduling to building a website or producing a podcast. We got to this point after starting the company in 24 hours with 0 funding using free off-the-shelf tools. And we hacked together a system that we've improved over time. But now we want to show you an alpha that's not live demo of our new project management tool called the Dashboard. So again, this is alpha, and it will be first released to our clients in the next couple months, and then to the public in the fall as a free project and task management tool. So we see tasks in 3 states. Either we're working on it, we're waiting for somebody to give us information, or it's something that's done. Now, as a free project management tool for the public, you can put all of your to-dos and tasks in here, and then you have this magical team integrated into do them for you. To create a new task, simply can name what the task is and give it a description. We can choose who the owner of the task is, so if that is the client or different clients or somebody else in your team. And you can assign it to a particular person to work on it if you want, or you can rely on our very sophisticated matching algorithm to make sure that the right person does it. Of course, you can have a due date, but you can also have a start date. Because just because something isn't ready to go now doesn't mean it should go in some sort of a backlog. You can put it out there now and decide that it'll be something you start on later. Once you do, you can add any notes, attachments. You can chat about the task, create a checklist, or add any information. And in future iterations, you'll be able to do 2-way audio and video messaging right in the task itself. Now, this same software is also powering the back end of our team being able to access those tasks. So we have a marketplace system that matches the right team member who wants to work on what they want, when they want, where they want, with something that feeds their skills and their skill level. So they can see all available tasks, pick it up, and work on it for the client. Oops. So the competitive landscape basically has platforms and virtual assistant companies. The platforms are things like Upwork and Fiverr, where you may have to sift through hundreds or even thousands of providers to get what you want, and then you have no idea what the quality is going to be or what their work is like. You may not have the skill set to even recognize what you need to know. And there's no guarantees of that work. If there's a problem, usually you're on your own. On the virtual assistant side, there's the dedicated assistant model, where you have one person with one set of skills and only a certain amount of hours in the day. That person might get sick or quit or just not want to work with you anymore, and then you're stuck. Or you have an on-demand virtual assistant marketplace where you have a wide variety of quality. You never know who's going to work on what. There's no personalization. And usually, you can only do very small tasks. We form a very nice hybrid. So in our first year, we did $1 million in revenue. And this year, we're on track to do about $4 million. We're growing at 10% revenue month over month. We did about $200,000 this past month. And again, we've done this with absolutely no funding internally or externally. We've never put a penny into this company. We run on a hybrid model of subscription and hourly fee. So we charge $199 a month and $40 per hour, but we bill by the second. We provide extreme transparency to the clients that we work with. And we are leveraged. So if you go to getleveraged.com, you can sign up for the virtual assistant service, or you can join our beta for this new dashboard tool, which will be a new way of managing all your projects and to-dos. Thank you.
Okay, judges, who's going to start us off?
Congratulations on such early traction.
Thank you.
That's great. A couple things, I guess. First, you mentioned one of the core distinguishing features of your product is this matching and the ability to kind of get that right. Can you just talk a little bit about sort of the algorithms or what your process is there?
Sure. So what we're building is a utility function basically where we're ranking who's the best person to do a task. The inputs to that are the overall rating of the VA, the rating per skill set of the VA, the ratings that the client has previously given them, the availability of the VA. If a VA is slightly better at design, but 10 times better at development, we want them to work on the development task because they're comparatively better. So all these things are being taken into account. Then we rank for a given task who is the best person. And since it's a marketplace, we don't tell people when to work, where to work, or in this case, what to work on. So the way that we combine that into the idea of a marketplace is the delta between two people in the utility function affects the delay that we put on showing them a task in the marketplace. So we control the marketplace.
And after all that, they still choose the one they want to work on based on what they're seeing.
Just a quick follow-up. This is, among the most competitive, verticals in the internet. And so I'm just curious, are there certain areas that you're uniquely focusing on, or where you think you have a distinct advantage, whether it's by the type of project or the size of the company, the size of...
Sure. So, well, first of all, no company that I'm aware of does this sort of hybrid that we do in terms of offering the personalization and also this wide variety. Usually people are doing generalist or specific skill sets. Also, not for nothing, but we have been in this space for a long time, and all of the people that work with us are trained in the methods that we've developed to be more productive. We don't just do tasks. We take a very active approach to help our clients and our companies and individuals we work with to actually make their entire processes more efficient. Right. So we do business consulting, we do coaching, and we actually don't want to just do it. We want to make the entire thing more efficient. So there's nothing that I'm aware of that offers that service.
What does your team look like, and what does it look like at scale internally? And I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of functions devoted to education of your virtual assistants, right? So is that sustainable to be able to help?
Yeah, I would say so. So first of all, we have no employees. Nick and I are co-founders, and we have a team of about 120 people now in 16 time zones. And whereas a lot of companies in our space would divide by pods, which you can only do if you have a homogeneous product, which we don't, we've divided by verticals. So verticals for us are things like marketing, creative, design, research. And so we have heads of those verticals, and then any VA working under that is responsible to report to them. And as we scale, we can break that down further and further. So design may end up being logo design and branding. And so as we do that, we'll have heads of each of those that can ensure quality and training.
And at scale, investing more, like right now it's really just me on the data science and artificial intelligence related topics. So at scale, focusing a lot more on building that team out, predicting when a client's going to cancel before they cancel, natural language processing and sentiment analysis to determine, what's the probability of a client being upset on a task and us stepping in before they even complain. So those are all things that we're currently thinking about to build at scale.
Could you talk more about where you find your VAs, and then give us a little snapshot into what kind of training you do to ensure there's quality? So
all of our VAs basically come through referrals. We don't do any active recruiting unless we're looking for a specialist like a graphic designer or a copywriter. The referrals have been great because people really love working for us. We provide them with this sort of ultimate job crafting, and they can have impact in the work that they're doing. And so, a VA will post on Facebook that it's the best job they've ever had, and we'll get 17 applicants out of that. And so a lot of it comes through those kind of referrals. we have a really scalable, mostly automated hiring process that we've created that can take as many people as we want, really. And then the training environment, we really believe in creating as real of a simulation of what the work is like as possible. So we actually have a clone environment of what the task would really be like and what the work would be like for new VAs to actually train in and work on real tasks. So that's really the best, because it's amazing how somebody could have 20 years of experience, but they've never done it our way. So we get to see that.
We also have 2 podcasts that we get a lot of people to apply to work for us. One has 500,000 downloads. We have 3 books between the 2 of us. We do a lot of speaking engagements as well. We've spoken at military bases for people transitioning out of the military that need jobs. A lot of house moms that can't work a 9 to 5, but they have a lot of skills and they want to fill in a few hours during the day. That's who we're attracting.
What's your what's your retention on both sides of the marketplace? So what percentage of VAs do multiple tasks, or what's the retention over time? And how many clients do multiple tasks? What's the retention over time?
So if the VA makes it past like their first month with us, essentially, I mean, then, you know, we've only been around for 19 months, but we have people who've been with us since the very beginning and love the work, and the retention of the VAs is great. Same thing with clients. We have clients who've been with us since the very beginning and still with us. Because we do such a wide range of things, it's pretty easy to retain those clients. And of course, we have churn like any other company. It's something that we're obsessive about fixing. So
the numbers?
Yeah, so churn on any given month is between 5 and 10%. And we're obviously looking very closely at that and tweaking rules in the marketplace, which are the biggest factors in that.
Is that on the VA side?
No, that's on the client. VA side, it's on a given month, it's 2% maybe. It's very low. And once we release this, we're still running the company off of the free tools that we've hacked together to build this company. Once we release this dashboard, a lot of the issues that cause clients to cancel will be going away.
Cool.
All right, guys, give it up for Leverage.
Thank you.
Our wildcard company for today.